couple of weeks ago, I made a video on this channel and did pretty bad, considering we're trying to beat Wolf at Film subscribers. Subscribe, by the way. And because it didn't get a million views like I was hoping, I have decided that I have to make more content about this truck. So, in today's video, we'll be doing a durability test. We'll be testing this truck's strength, its ability not to fall apart. Yeah, I think that's it. So, let's get into the first test. The first test will test its performance against a butterfly knife. Now, the Dodge I made a couple of weeks ago, a bit more, did not handle this test so well. So let's see how the truck will. Now, as you can see, it's much more solid than the Dodge, which instantly collapsed. Less predictable. Let's try to put a bit more pressure. Now, as we can see, the bed's not going to collapse. It's completely solid, chunk of Lego. But what about the front? Oh, the front also handled it pretty well. So next, let's test the fifth wheel. Honestly, if something's going to break, it's going to be this. Oh yeah, it's sold. Kenworth has successfully passed the butterfly knife test. So, let's move on to the next one. Now, it did not completely pass the test, I just realized, because one of the exhaust pipes missing, but you only need one. Now, it's in slightly worse state, but let's move on to our next step. So let's say you're driving your semi-truck down a lonely road, when all of a sudden, you see an obstacle block in the road. You think it's a fallen tree, but when you get closer, you realize it's a dinosaur. How well will your Kenworth be able to manage? So, let's just send. So Kenworth handled that pretty well. The second exhaust pipe is now missing. So, well, I don't know how it's gonna work, but it seems fine. Well, I successfully toppled over the dinosaur. But let's say instead of crashing into something, you get crashed into by someone. And let's say a farmer is attempting to cross a road in the middle of the night. You don't see them coming. Then all of a sudden, a tractor comes. Will you die? Well, let's find out. Oh, the camera quite a bit of damage from that. As we can see, it's missing a set of its wheels, but it should be fine, and the sleeper has not been impacted. So, Kenworth is a pretty solid choice if you're going to be crashed into by a 9R620 tractor. Now, let's move on to our second last test. Let's say that you're once again driving your beloved Kenworth truck, as one does, and you are driving near a place that is prone to objects falling from the sky. More specifically, pieces of Lego with metal in them. Now, how well will your Kenworth manage to take the impact from these two pieces? Well, let's test it. So immediately the grill's cooling vent falls off, but the engine should be able to still function. Now, as your Kenworth is struggling to keep the engine cool, a second one hits. Oh. Now I took that pretty well. But let's say they both hit at the same time, in different places. The Kenworth has officially severed itself and is in critical condition. Under normal circumstances, because of this type of damage, the semi-truck would not be able to function. However, our truck is equipped with front-wheel drive, which means you can always drive as long as the front wheel's there, as we can see. So now let's move on to our final test, which is the drop test. Our first drop will be from what would be the height of 50 feet, assuming this was to scale. So 3, 2, 1. It is completely fine. But now let's do a 100 feet drop. Now you can't see it, but it's now quite high. So if we drop this, we'll probably take significant damage, but we'll see. 3, 2, 1. Now it's missing the front wheels, so even the Kenworth couldn't survive 100 feet fall. That was very explosive. There's Lego all over my room. The Kenworth is officially done. So as we can see, the Kenworth is a lot tougher than the Chevy or Dodge was. So if you're considering a vehicle to drive and you're concerned about safety hazards, such as dinosaurs and meteors, a practical solution would be the Kenworth W900. So anyways, as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.